In this video, I'm going to take you through how to create a Fusion 360 animation, which we're going to use to create exploded drawings from in a future video. Now you can see that I've got my part here all exploded out, and I've done this using the animation tool. And if I was to rewind this, you can see that it creates a lovely animation of the product being exploded, and it shows it in individual parts as we want to see it. Now this in itself is a fantastic tool for any visualizations, presentations, and speaking to clients and customers, but we're going to use it for exploded drawings in our technical drawings, as I said, in a future video. Now you can see I've added a couple of rivets to my previous design, and that's just because these are going to be parts that will be needed, and they just finish off the design to a nice high standard. So how do we get from where we were to this? Well, over the top here, we can change the workspace, and if I go back to design where we normally are, we're going to go from design to animation. Now while we're in animation, we can create a storyboard, and that's what you can see down here, a storyboard. I'm going to create a new storyboard, and you can do either clean or start from the end of the previous process. We're going to do a clean one, so it's a nice fresh storyboard, and it will start from here. And I'm going to zoom out, and you can see that the first thing that's happened is my view has changed, and that's actually a recording. So now I've got that, I can start with my movements. So the transformations. Now there are tools here such as auto explode all levels, so it moves everything out, and you can go in and edit that, but I prefer to do it manually. So the manual way of doing it is by clicking here, and you go to manual explode, and the shortcut for that is E. So you have to click on a component, pick a direction, so I'm going to pick down, and then you choose the scale at which it explodes. So I'm going to take mine down to about there, and you can choose to have trail line visibility. This creates a little line here, and this just shows where it's come from. So from the origin point, which direction it's moved. I like to have them on my drawings and visualizations just so people can see where parts have come from. That's my first one done. I'm now going to go to my next one, and I'm going to go to the rivets, and I'm going to press E, choose my direction of up, and then adjust my scale. So I'm going to take it to about here. I'm going to select my next one and press E, choose my direction, adjust my scale, and take it a little bit higher than the last one, just so they are separate and different. The green tick. I'm going to take my handle, press E, and choose that direction, and for the scale I'm going to have it coming so about there, just past the end, because the aim of this is to have everything separate so you can see all the individual components. And lastly, E, different direction. Now we've got a slight problem here. It's not gone as far as I wanted it to go. So I'm going to press OK. Then I'm going to press E again. Press the same direction as before, change the scale, and go there. Now I've done all that, and I've got this nice animation tree here, little Gantt chart, showing me the step by step of where everything's going. And if I go back to the start and press play, my view changes and parts start moving. But I can manually scroll back as well, by the way. You can see parts there. It doesn't look too clean, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with the timings of this, and this is optional, but I like to do this sort of thing. So I'm going to reduce that time taken for that to change the view. I'm going to bring that, starting that in line from the view change. So straight away, if I go back to the very start, or to the wrong start, sorry, and press play, things don't start moving until after my view has changed. I'm then going to start having everything happen at the same time. So I'm going to bring that in there, bring that in there, and you can actually reduce the amount of time things take to move. So I've now taken those last two movements here and reduced them down to the effective space of one of any other movements. So let's see how that affects things. Go back to the start, and now everything's moving at once. It's all moved very quickly, but it's all moved at once. This makes a nice seamless animation. So I've got that there, my storyboard, and I'm happy with that. I can now save that, and I have a nice exploded drawing. There we go. So before I finish off, I'm actually going to delete storyboard number 1 and keep storyboard number 3, but I'm going to rename this Explosion. There we go. So we can see that in a future video when we start doing the technical drawings. Okay, good luck.